Welcome back, beautiful people. Welcome back, as always. Your support. What is that? Your support is truly appreciated, as always. Welcome back, and it is my honor to have on former champion, if I'm not mistaken, and multiple All-State accolade, and just many other accolade athlete in Nyjha Marcelin. Welcome. It's a pleasure to have you here.
Thank you for having me today.
So, what I like to do. And what I'm going to continue to start doing is whenever I have somebody on, especially if they're an athlete, I like to recognize them aside from the athlete, but as a human being. So I just want to say, I want to make sure you get your flowers and that you get your recognition, the fact that you've made it this far just in life itself. Because I'm sure, I don't know, have you ever been in a setting like this before?
Once.
Really?
Just once, yeah. Well, I did a radio interview a long time ago.
Yes. So I'm sure they didn't do this, but like I want to make sure that you get recognized as the person that you truly are, because you've made it this far in life. That's, life is very hard, and you made it this far. So I want to make sure that you're appreciated for that. But with that said, so you are from Arizona, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes, I am.
That's pretty damn far from Connecticut.
It is.
If you were to compare Arizona to Connecticut, what are the differences?
It's the complete opposite. Like, I like to tell everyone, like, Arizona, because I find, like, switching here, especially driving, is a lot different, because you guys have exits on the left and the right. There's no palm trees here. We have a lot of palm trees in Arizona, and Arizona is based off, it's written on, like, a grid. So if you gave me, like, a graph paper,
okay,
I could show you, like, a good 50-mile radius
yeah.
of Arizona where everybody is.
Are you someone who likes the beach a lot? Like the hot, deserty area, or just anything like that?
So Arizona is dry heat, so it doesn't get humid. So there it's just hot, where here it gets humid.
It gets disgusting.
Yeah. So it's not that I don't, like, I like the beach, but I don't like going there for long periods of time. And if it's too hot, because I don't like to just sit at the beach. Mm-hmm. I wouldn't say I'm a beach girl.
Yeah. So is there anything about Connecticut that you've liked up to this point so far? Do we have anything to be proud of here, or is this...
I mean, you guys have all 4 seasons. I don't get that.
True.
I
that
do not
is
get
true.
that in Arizona.
Do you appreciate having snow and cold temps around Christmas? Are you someone that's like, oh, it's Christmas, I can't wait to go to the beach, or you just like going outside and just tanning or whatever?
I like having the cold, but I don't like it. Just gets a little too cold for me.
Right.
I'm used to it being like 70 degrees around Christmas time. So I come back here and it's like, oh, I have to find a coat. Oh, I can't go outside. Oh, we can't go to these places.
How does the food compare from there to here? What's Arizona's main dish? Or like, what are they known for?
We have a lot of good Mexican food.
Really?
We're right by the border. So that's what I love in Arizona. We got Mexican food. And what I've noticed that Arizona has more of and they don't have more of here is Indian food. Have you ever had Indian food?
I love Indian food. Shout out to one of my best friends, Abel.
I love Indian food.
His mom makes some really good curry.
Well, you can have his mom make Indian curry because I haven't been able to find... Well, I don't know... Everyone that I've met here, they're like, no, I haven't had Indian food before. And I'm like...
I think we got a spot in Hartford, if I'm not mistaken. Well, you could look into that.
Yeah.
Yeah, and do you have a favorite dish? Like, is it like chicken curry, veggie curry?
I like butter chicken, and well, I don't know. I want to say it's a thing. It's a tandoori. Is that like a?
I honestly don't know. We can look it up after.
Yeah, the place I go to in Arizona, I get their tandoori wings. Those are always good.
That sounds incredible. So, are you a fan of wings too? Have you ever had J. Tim's here?
Yes, I did.
You have?
So good.
One of the best ranked wings in the country. Fun fact.
Yeah, I noticed. They have the what is it? The
dirt style wings.
Yes.
Yep, there you go. So, let's take it back to the beginning. What got you into volleyball? How did that start for you?
So I started playing volleyball when I was in 6th grade. My mom was just putting me into a lot of different sports at the time. The school that I went to back at home, it was a charter school, so at that campus, it was 6th through 12th grade. It was a really smaller school. It was a preparatory. So when I just did it for fun. You know, I did the JV thing, and then I was playing basketball, I was doing soccer, I was doing a bunch of stuff. And then,
Really? Were you good at the other sports as well?
I don't remember necessarily.
Okay.
I was just doing it for fun.
Yeah.
But so by the time I tried out for volleyball in 6th grade, I actually made the varsity team. And then
Whoa.
Isn't that weird?
You tried out.
It's weird.
You tried out in 6th grade.
Tried out in 6th grade. 6th grade, made the varsity team.
And you made varsity.
I was not good.
That's still insane.
I have a video of me like playing in the middle, like trying to block the ball. It's so funny. But yeah, so I played that year, and then after that season ended, like coach told my mom that I should consider playing club. So
and was this the high school coach, or which coach told you that?
Yeah, high school, middle school.
Okay.
Yeah, so then I played club, played that year. They really liked me, so I ended up playing that club season, made a lot of friends. And at the time, I was doing track also. So then after that season ended, I kind of had to decide whether I wanted to do track or volleyball, because you can't do both.
Yeah.
Because volleyball is expensive. So I ended up picking volleyball, and then I just stayed. I ended up staying with that group of girls for 4 years, and we just played all together.
Wow.
And yeah, that's how we started.
So that's middle school. So going into where you're officially 9th grade freshman, was that adjustment into high school a lot easier for you since you were always around the older girls?
It was easy because though I went to a prep school at the time, because I did leave that school my 8th grade year. Yeah. And I ended up transferring to a public school where my club teammates were playing at. So we all tried out together, and then I ended up me and one other girl ended up making varsity team together. So we were it was kind of like me and her.
Yeah.
So it was definitely different because like I said, my middle school was small, so everyone knew everybody. I've known people since kindergarten over there, and we kind of just grew up together. So that was a little bit easier instead of coming from people and then coming to a public school. Right. Where I don't know anybody. And, yeah. You know, it's very different.
At what point in high school did you realize that, oh yeah, like this volleyball thing is for me. Like I want to take it to another level, aka college. But when like at what point in your high school career did that interest peak?
I want to say I started my 14, 15 years, so that's my about freshman, sophomore year.
Yeah, sounds about right.
It was just more of like, you know, I always wanted to go to college, and then my mom was, like the coaches were telling me, because we go to tournaments, we had to send out emails, and that was kind of like a requirement, whether if you wanted to go or not, you have to send out emails to coaches telling them to come watch you. Yeah. And then, you know, talking more about it, and then noticing that, like, you know, I could go to school and get it paid for, you know, this would be a really fun way to do it. On top of my mom, she played softball.
Do you know position?
Oh, shortstop. My mom was really, I want to say like second base maybe.
Hey, I respect it. Shout out to Mama Marcelin.
Yeah, shout out my mom. But yeah, she played softball at Baylor, and then.
Really, at Baylor?
And my dad played basketball, so it was just.
Oh, so this runs in the fam.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it was just like, you know, I also would like to, you know, be like my parents.
Wow, that's awesome. So. I said it before, and I know when I was doing, cause like it's not just the athletes, like anyone I have in general. Like I don't like to do too much research or digging or anything, cause like I don't sweat it. I kind of learn on the fly as we go. But obviously, one of the things I said, and it's a major accomplishment. You won states, right? If I'm not mistaken, like that is nuts. And the volleyball program and our. Like, the volleyball team in our town had their own, I don't know if you knew about that, like, but they were very good.
Oh, no, I didn't.
Very, very good. You can ask Charlotte Massaro. You can ask her about that. But what was that like, being a part of a team like that and going all the way and taking it the distance?
It was, because I've had both experiences where we make it and we lose in the finals, and we make it and we
So
win.
You've made it multiple times.
I've made it 3 times.
3 times in your high school career?
middle school, high school.
Oh, because that's still insane. That's wild. So I'm glad you said that. So did you lose first and then win? Did you win? Or so you didn't win and then lose and.
Yeah, so we lost first.
Yeah.
My 7th grade year, we lost.
I'm sure you didn't take that as personal though.
I didn't, because I'm just here, and
Yeah.
I wasn't at that time. Like I said, I was still really young, and I'm playing with seniors who really like to play volleyball. So
Right.
I was just kind of there. My 8th grade year, that's when I got a little more serious about it, and that's when I was playing more also.
Mm-hmm.
So that was a lot of fun. Then we did win that year.
Yeah.
And then my freshman year of high school, that's when we won. And that was a good year because we beat our rival school.
In the finals.
Mm-hmm.
That's crazy. What was the name of that school?
Sunny Slope.
Sunny Slope?
Yeah, so there was
If you're watching.
there was a girl that used to come here. She was on the volleyball team, and she played for Sunny Slope. She used to go to school in Arizona.
And she came to Central?
Mm-hmm.
Small world.
Isn't it?
That's crazy. Wait, so did you play together for a little bit?
Mm-hmm.
That's
we played
crazy.
for one season together.
That's actually pretty cool. That's wild. So what can you take away from what you remember during that year that was so special? Whether it was the locker room chemistry, whether it was just personally how you played, or how whatever went into practices. What do you remember the most about that kind of season?
Just I'd say the chemistry of the team. Like, we just got along together really well, and we knew we had a job. Like, it wasn't like we put a lot of pressure on ourselves, but it was just we knew we had a job to get done, and we wanted to get it done, and we're here, we're all on the same page. So it made things, yes, it was hard, but it made things really easy for us, to get, it wasn't we have to, go up and down like this. It was just kind of like a steady, we're here.
If you were to talk to your younger self, so the Nyjha of then, what would you tell her? Or what would you want her to know?
Just to be confident in myself, because I was really standoffish and shy for a good portion of my high school career.
Wow.
So, yeah.
Why do you think that was?
It was just so my freshman year, me and the freshman that came on with me, we both started taking spots away from other people. So there's already that kind of off-putting for some people. And at the time, I didn't know anybody because this is my first year here. And I wasn't, like I said, I was kind of shy. So my freshman and sophomore year, I kind of struggled a little bit with making friends. So it was just I just didn't know a lot of things going on. And there was a lot, on the team, we had a lot of people that had strong voices, strong opinions. So I was just kind of, just here in the background, whatever coach says, we'll do it.
Right.
And yeah, that was really the main part.
So at what point in high school, or even when you were younger, and because the fact that you made varsity at such a young age, at what point did you realize, oh yeah, I'm really her, I'm that person?
Probably I'd say my junior year.
And whenever you walked around in the halls, did people go, oh shit, that's Nyjha, oh shit. Did you ever get that treatment, or that special athlete treatment when you're really good at what you do?
Yeah, eventually. I mean, everyone, talks about, oh, she jumps really high and she hits really hard.
Oh my God, I'm so glad you brought that up. Dude, what is up? What have you been eating? What do you eat for breakfast? What's up with those hops?
I couldn't tell you.
Insane. Because, yeah, I remember one of the first times I watched you guys, the current CCSU team, play. Dog, I saw you jump. I said, oh my God. That is insane. Would you say that's your superpower? Do you think it's your hops? Because
probably. I mean, I do think having some background in other sports is another key factor, but
right,
my jumping ability definitely helped me a lot to get me where I am.
Did you do a lot of squats growing up or anything, or what do you think? Do you work out a lot in general, before college?
I mean,
What's been going on?
In high school, I did a weight training class for 2 years when I ran track, I did high jump. And
That's
then,
probably what it is. Yeah.
I did high jump and long jump, and then
Wow.
In high school again, I did high jump, long jump, and triple jump. So
Okay.
yeah, I don't really know. It's not like I didn't like go and work out, and our
Right.
goal is to
Sometimes it's just
or
some people just have it in them, and it's just life.
just happens.
So, I just mentioned it just a little bit ago, but when you personally felt like you were starting to get all the attention and the accolades, I'm sure, because every time I talk to any athlete and they played anywhere in the West Coast or down south, they always say it's big there. So is volleyball really big in Arizona?
At the time, it was. It was. There's a lot of good schools, lots of good competition in Arizona too. I would say it's probably bigger in the South.
And don't you guys also have Sun Devils? Is that Arizona too?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Have you ever gone there? Like walked around that campus or just been around
Campus
there?
is huge.
Really?
It's a big campus.
Wow.
Probably.
How does it compare to Central?
Oh. Like.
Got you.
Their campus is like a whole city. Like it's pretty big.
That's what I've heard about UConn. I've never walked around UConn, but that's what I hear too.
I've been to UConn. I've been there for like I went there for a fashion show.
Really?
Mm-hmm. Well, I wasn't, and I was just watching it.
Oh, okay.
But I went there for a couple parties, just seeing people. But
Right.
we also went there we played volleyball there once. That was fun.
Wow.
But
Okay.
I would say it's bigger than that. Like it's a big school.
Okay. So for you how did your high school treat? Because especially whenever you're winning a lot in high school, that's when you get most of the students to go to see though. It doesn't matter who's playing. So I'm sure you guys got a lot of people to go to your games, right? Okay. So whenever that was the case, and I mean you're playing D1 volleyball. Was there anyone else on your team that also went on to play college ball, or was it only you?
No, I think every year we've had people go and play college. I know.
Okay.
Like I've played a few that they went to Fresno. I have a friend, she plays at Air Force.
Wow.
Appalachian State.
Okay.
Some schools in Hawaii.
So did some of these teammates go all state with you as well?
Yeah.
Wow, that's a loaded roster then. That's crazy. But how did it feel whenever whether it was before games or just whenever someone saw you? Like, did you ever get to you a little bit? Like the fame, or just because obviously, athletes get treated a little differently than the average person sometimes, a good or bad way.
I wouldn't say so. It's just, I don't know.
Okay.
It's just, I just don't, unless, like, I always know, I'm a good player. So even if I do have a bad game, like, there's going to be another one you can come to, and, like, it's not going to be the end of the world. You know what I mean?
So, what was the number you wore in high school?
I was 5.
You were 5, and now you wear 10? What was the reason for the switch, or what significance do those numbers hold to you?
Well, I just liked 5. First, I was 2 at first, and then I switched to 5. I liked 5, and then when I came here, 5 was taken. Mm-hmm. So then I just switched to 10. But my mom was number 10.
Okay, there it is.
In softball, so
nice.
Now we stick with 10.
So when you were in high school, how many schools did you email? How many offers did you get? What was that whole process like for you? And I'm sure that picked up a lot junior year, right?
Yeah. So obviously, prior, it was just to get the coach's attention. So we're just blast emails to everybody. It's like probably 50, 75 schools at a time. But once the recruiting started, like where I was actually able to contact coaches, I wasn't sending out as much emails because it was kind of like, because I was able to kind of get some feedback from some coaches, and I'm like, is this, because I kind of narrowed it down to like, the reality of things, like where can I go?
Right.
So I was, sending out emails to more schools that, would actually, help me get somewhere and give me the things that I need. With Central actually reached out to me, and she said that she watched me at nationals, which I thought was so funny because I played terrible that entire tournament. Like, and we did we didn't do
I
well.
respect the honesty.
We didn't do well that year either.
Yeah.
So I was shocked when that happened. So, but at that time, I was talking to them. I was reaching out to Air Force, and I was talking to Howard.
So, real quick, I'm sorry to butt in, but whenever, because I genuinely don't know, and this could sound like a stupid question, but whenever, like a military branch reaches out to you, can you play for them without having to join the military? Or would you have had to join the military for that?
I want to say you end up serving for a couple years.
Yeah, okay. So
Because-
were you possibly thinking about having to do that?
Yeah, so that was like my plan initially.
Wow.
Was to go to school, finish, enlist as an officer. And going into the military with a degree, you enlist as an officer, which kind of puts you above, not too far, but just above regular people. So that was the plan. Then I was going to go to the Air Force for a little bit. So my mom and my dad were both in the military.
Wow,
So
what branches?
my mom was in the Air Force, my dad was in the Army.
Wow, good for them.
So, my mom, really, like, my whole family was in the Air Force. Like, my uncle, he was in the Air Force. He was stationed in Italy. My mom and we were stationed in Germany for a couple years.
Wow.
And my dad was stationed also in Germany, just in a different area.
Yeah.
So, with that, I was just like, well, I had to travel for free. I can kind of just go around the country for free, so why not? So, yeah, that was my plan.
Yeah, my brother, he's in the military at the moment, and he went from the Marines to the Army. Right now, he's living in Kansas. So,
Like,
I hear you.
Cool.
Yeah, it's an interesting process, and I'm not gonna lie. When I saw him graduate boot camp, and I was walking around, so he graduated in Paris Island, which is South Carolina.
Yep.
I was walking around that base, and I was like, "Oh my God, this is gonna be me next." I was terrified.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
I liked being on base. It's different. You just kind of feel safe.
Just no, you really do though. Yeah, that was very well said. So aside from the Air Force and that possibility, what and Central, what were some other schools, whether they were in other states? What was like another random one? Like, was someone from, I don't know, like freaking Kentucky? I don't know, just a random college.
I don't know where it is. I also don't really know how to pronounce it, but it's Valpo, yellow and blue, or yellow and brown. Aaron Dawson, he used to play football here.
Probably not.
Oh, well,
I know some of the players.
He transferred from here to there. They reached out to me, but I didn't want to be in that state. I don't remember which state it was, but I just remember I was like, I don't want to be here.
So you didn't want to be in that state, but you came to Connecticut. Like that I loved asking people that question. It never gets old. Like, of all the places in the world you could have chose, you came to Connecticut. Well, I mean, welcome.
Who would have thought? My whole thing with Connecticut and moving to the East Coast, my mom, kind of helped me out a little bit, but it was just like, you get a whole new scenery. You're going to be by the ocean. You're going to have all 4 seasons. You're going to get snow. Like, it's just going to be so much fun. To build it up. Yep.
So I will say with Connecticut, I mean, you get the suburbs, which is, it's actually, well, it's going to sound like such a homer answer, but compared to the city life for me, well, maybe it's only because I've been around like the casual, low-key areas like this. The city's too much for me. It's too hectic. It's too noisy. It's like there's so much going on.
Yeah.
So nice here for that reason. And then, we got plenty of food spaces, but like and we have beaches. I mean, the water's not pretty or nothing, but but the thing with Connecticut, I think that makes it so nice is I think if you're not asking for the world and you're not asking for like amusement parks and like extravagant places to hang out and do things, like you want a low key lifestyle, like I feel like this is such a nice place for that. Or like because I hear we have pretty good education and like there's just some other, like I think it's just like one of the higher places or better places to raise a family, if I'm not mistaken.
That's what I say.
But it's just like if you're bored, then that's when you're asked out.
Yeah, I think here is a good place to, like you said, raise a family. This is more of like a family state.
Yeah.
And what I also liked about here, I mean, not like no shame on Connecticut, but like, you know.
No, you could you can drag it in the mud. I don't care. I don't take offense to it.
You can like you can go to so many other states, because the thing with Arizona, like, it's such a big state. 2 hours in Arizona, I'm very, very much still in Arizona.
Yeah, right.
2 hours from here, I can be in New York. I can be in Mass, and go to Rhode Island, take a train. There's a lot more things that I'm able to do here, where I can come back to Connecticut and it is quiet and it's not so hectic, and I can, take a weekend and go somewhere loud and noisy and have fun.
So if you... All right, let me think. So what year of high school did you commit or make your...
My junior year.
That was junior year as well? Okay. So... Did you end up flying here for a tour around campus? How did that whole thing work?
I did.
Did they pay for it, or did you have to pay for it?
It was paid for.
Okay. Okay, at least we could do that. Okay, so what was that like? Your first impressions when you came here into the school?
It was so coming here was my first offer. It was my first visit. So
wow.
It wasn't like I had only been to. I live right across the street from a community college. So I have only been to, like, that's as far as I've seen, like, a college.
I got you.
Because, like I said, ASU, it's kind of far. It's not that far, but it's just so big. Yeah. And so when I got here, I just remember there being, it was a lot of people at the time, because I came in 2018.
That was when you came here?
Yes.
Really?
I came here when I was 16.
So what year of college is this for you right now?
College is my junior year, but athletics is my sophomore.
Because of the COVID thing? Mm-hmm. Really? So what, do you have another 3 years after this?
Yeah.
This upcoming season?
Oh, wait, no, I have 2 years.
After this season?
Yes.
Or is it this one and then the next one, that's it?
No, I have 2 more.
So this and then another 2?
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
No, maybe.
Maybe?
So I have this season.
Yeah. And then
I have another season.
Yeah. And then you're unsure about the third.
Oh no, that's it.
Okay.
Then we're that's my senior season.
Okay, got you. So what was that like? So you came here, first offer, first tour. What was that like for you? And how much different was Central in 2018 than it is now?
I was way different. Like
really?
I did get to experience Hilltop when it was the thing.
It used to be so nice.
I remember I got like I said, I was only 16, so I was just, kind of just walking around. But
yeah,
I remember going to the dining hall. It was packed. Like, I was like, I need to stick with the team because I don't want to get lost.
Yeah.
And,
who did you go there with? Was it your mom? Did your mom go with you as well?
Yeah, my mom and my brother came.
Where did you guys stay?
I stayed on campus.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, I stayed in.
It was an overnight thing.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. Okay.
And then they stayed somewhere.
Okay.
I don't know.
No.
I didn't miss them.
Well, they're safe. So,
yeah.
But yeah.
But yeah, I met the team. They were really nice, but still, like, I was still really quiet, trying to,
right.
just maneuver. So I didn't
you.
really have much conversations with the girls. But
yeah.
I ended up going to a lacrosse game. But I came in March. Came like towards the end of March. And it was like, mind you, I'm coming from Arizona, so I went to the men's lacrosse game, and they had me sitting outside, and it was freezing, and I was just in leggings and a hoodie, and I'm like shivering.
Yeah, it must have hit you like a brick when you came out the plane, right?
Yeah, I was just like, it's cold, and we're just sitting there watching the lacrosse game. I'm like, this is great.
Oh yeah.
But I'm freezing.
Connecticut's like perfect sweater weather.
Yes.
Type of thing. Yeah, you got to get used to that. I went to Florida for the first time, not this past January, but the January before, last year. Very first time being in a hot environment where I'm truly staying there for a long time. I stayed there for like a week. Oh my God, I felt like I was on cloud 9. One of my most favorite times of my life. I was in Naples. It was like the perfect retirement community. I'm like, oh my God, I must be dreaming. As soon as I flew back in Connecticut and walked off the plane, I was like, oh my God, I just left paradise. What am I doing?
I went to Miami for New Year's.
Okay.
For a week. Had the best time. It was great. It was just
Florida's
phenomenal.
So nice.
And I felt like I was in a movie because it was just like
so many movies that take place in Miami.
Yeah. And then I was just like, so also I ended up losing my phone, unfortunately, like the first day. But it was like,
did you get it back?
I got it back a couple days later, but it was kind of like, I don't know. It was like I wasn't mad that I lost my phone because I was kind of able to live in the moment.
Got you.
You know what I mean? And it was just like it was such an experience. I was like, this is awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, had a great time.
That's nice. So you're on the tour. Everything's, I'm assuming, going well. At what point were you like, I really kind of like it here, or how did that work?
It was my last meeting with coach, and I was sitting outside of Kaiser. You know, they have that bench. I was sitting outside of Kaiser and I was just talking to my mom, and I was just like, it's not too bad here. Like I think I might like it.
Okay.
So, yep. Ended up committing a week later.
Did you commit back in AZ?
Yeah.
Okay. And did you have one of those, I don't know, some people treat it differently. Well, there's a press conference, or you sit on the table, and then you have the hat, and then, like, your parents are around you.
A signing day?
Yeah.
We had a signing day. I did 2 of them. But I didn't do them until my senior year.
Right.
So we did it, so they had the signing day, and then...
So you verbally committed.
And then I signed...
Year, and then you signed senior year?
Yeah. So
the whole time when you were in... So once you committed, you're like, okay, I'm good. But for the rest of your tenure in AZ, were you thinking, oh my God, I just can't get hurt. That's all I got to do. I just can't mess this up. Or was it, I got to take my game to another level? Or like, was there a lot more pressure? Was there less pressure? How were you mentally?
That, honestly, committing, it was kind of like a breath of fresh air. Because I kind of, I don't have to, impress coaches, and I don't have to I don't have to be like on my best game all the time, and like have to worry about oh, this school came to watch me. Oh, I didn't play well. Like, are they still gonna want me? You know what I mean? Yeah. Yeah.
I got you. So you kind of felt like, okay, I don't have to not try as hard, but you were like, okay, like I got the in. So
right. So like
I'm good.
We're here.
Yeah.
But it's like
I got you.
have to progress and stuff.
So when that was the case, and you were, I'm sure, saying to yourself, oh my God, I'm a D1 volleyball player, like I'm at the max point, did you think I have to work even harder? I have to, what was going on there?
She did tell me that coming into the
Did she tell you your flaws, or like what you have to work on?
I want to say she told me something about my block, saying that my block touch wasn't that high.
Is that when they're hitting it to you and you have to meet them at the net? Mm-hmm. Okay.
I want to say it was that. Other than that, we didn't really. She would check in on me during my high school season. They came. Oh wait. Yep. So once I signed, then she kind of started just checking on me, asked me for videos, and I remember during playoffs. It was my senior year of playoffs. It was that week. I was in my weight training class, and we were playing a game, and literally I jumped up. Nobody was around me. I jumped up, I came down, and I rolled my ankle so bad. So bad. And
did you sprain it or break it, or
really, really bad sprain. To the point where they thought I broke it, and I had to go get an x-ray.
It must have been like a balloon, right? Did it swell up?
It didn't swell up too bad. It was really badly bruised. But I was just
that's the worst.
I was just playoffs are coming, what am I gonna do?
Yeah.
So I remember I sat out. It's actually such a weird story. So I was supposed to sit out the first game.
Okay.
Right, because my ankle wasn't there yet, but I was still able to jump. I couldn't do a full jump, couldn't do a full approach, but I was still able to do
still
stuff.
The move.
But so that game, so mind you, we're at the game, and I'm dressed out, but I didn't have my shoes on and stuff, and I'm sitting next to our assistant coaches, and I'm eating gummy bears, just hanging out, for here, and we ended up going into a 5th set, which wasn't expected because it wasn't how it was supposed to go. So
were you guys the favorite in this game too? Mm-hmm. Okay.
I ended up playing in that game. And I played terrible, but I don't know what it was. She just wanted me on the court. And I was just like, I don't even want to play right now. My ankle is terrible.
Did you have to take any ibuprofen or medicine, ice it up?
No,
Did
but
you do anything? It was the gummy bears.
I ended up wearing these ankle braces where they're plastic on the sides. So basically, if you were to roll your ankle, you're not going to roll your ankle. You're just going to fall. And I was worried because I was like, if I trip, I'm just going to fall.
Right.
Because I've never worn, I used to get my ankles wrapped, and I wore a different type of ankle brace where you kind of just like wrap it over, but never these ones. And I felt so restricted. So I was like, this is nuts.
Yeah.
But then I remember she had texted me, a coach had texted me asking for video from that game. And I just told her, I was like, oh, I got sick. Like, I can't play.
That's crazy.
Oh, that was interesting.
Right. So once your senior season was done, and did you, because you were committed for college ball your senior, did you do anything in the spring in terms of sports, or did you were just committed to staying healthy and just working out?
I still played volleyball for a club. My senior year, I did do cheer also.
Oh, okay.
So, but that ended in January, February-ish. So by the time that was over, we were just in club. But then COVID happened, so didn't really.
Yes, the big
much.
kahuna.
Yes.
Tell me what life was like for Miss Nyjha during COVID, because everyone has their own story and perspective on this.
Yeah, so I remember we were on our way to a tournament. Like, it was like 4 a.m. Like, me and my mom were at the airport. We had just parked our car.
And was this early March? Was this like when shit was going down? Oh boy.
And we got a text from our coach saying that they canceled the tournament. I said, oh. It was like, good thing we didn't fly out there.
Oh, I would have been so mad.
It's like we would have been stuck.
Yeah.
And so they canceled the tournament, and we were like, so like, what do we do? So I ended up going home. Didn't go to school for the next couple of days because I was like, well, I already called it off, so I'm not coming. And then I remember they canceled school. I remember they canceled school, and my mom was at work. And I wanted to audition for a musical, but I couldn't.
Really?
Yeah, I couldn't because it was during a time of a tournament and practice.
What was the musical?
Shrek. Shrek the musical.
Who are you
Can't miss out on Shrek the musical.
Who are you trying to play as?
I don't know. It was just like I just wanted to try because I was like, it's my last year. I was like, why not?
So that was like a first time like theater thing. Like, why not?
Yep.
I respect that. That's awesome.
And they canceled it. So I remember texting my mom. I was like, they canceled Shrek the musical.
Yeah.
And so that happened. They shut down. That's when, and eventually everything got shut down. So we couldn't practice. We didn't know when we were going to be able to practice again, when we were going to be able to see everybody again.
Yeah.
And then, so I didn't work. So the club that I played for at the time, it was like conditioning. They were really big on conditioning. Mm-hmm. So they would send us workouts that we'd have to do at home, and we'd have to send a picture
or
like
proof.
when we're done afterwards.
Yeah.
That was terrible. But so eventually they stopped asking for pictures. And everything was shut down, but we were doing a lot of home projects. So like when I would do the workouts, I would do them in my garage. Ironically, even though it's 1,000,000 degrees in Arizona. So me and my mom, we ended up redoing our garage, so I couldn't be in there for that long. And then, like I said, everything was closed, so I couldn't go anywhere. I didn't really want to condition, to be honest.
Nobody ever does.
Yeah, let's be real about it. So, I ended up losing it. I lost, like, a lot of muscle, like, a lot. And not playing, for some reason, I don't know how it is for everyone else, but for me, if I don't play for, like, a month, coming back,
the rust is crazy.
It's absurd. So I didn't play for like 2-3 months. I ended up flying down. So my coach that I was with when I committed, he moved to Texas, and the setter that I was with also moved to Texas. So I ended up flying out to Texas for a week because there was nothing else to do.
Wow.
And I did a private with those two for like 4 days, and I remember like I went to hit the ball, I swung, and I missed the entire ball. And I said, you know, I don't know if I'm gonna be able to go back to.
I would have just packed up and
school. Right, because it's
home.
like I don't
Yeah.
I don't know how this is gonna work.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's my
wild.
COVID experience.
How were you mentally during that whole thing? Were you scared at all for getting sick? Were you like what was going on with you?
No, I really was. I was just kind of.
You were just chilling.
Yeah, and then I thought it was crazy. At least I know the numbers in Arizona were crazy. Like,
were they?
People were dying a lot,
wow.
real quick, and it was. I didn't. There's no one that I knew personally, or from a friend of a friend that passed away from COVID. But during that time, my grandma did get cancer, and she did pass during COVID.
Sorry to hear that.
And that was a little hard because we weren't able to. It happened so quick. We weren't able to see her, so she was like in the hospital by herself.
Yeah.
And then like we were like literally like begging them for like someone to come see her, so they allowed one person in there, and it was just like so sad.
Yeah, my grandfather, he had Parkinson's before he passed, which is a degenerative disease. Like you slowly lose control of your muscles and all that. And so you have that, and he's very old, so naturally old. Yeah, so like that whole thing is happening while he's not allowed to see people. And the way you can keep the brain and the moving is when they're around people. So like that certainly didn't help, that was very frustrating. I'm sure for many, many people where they couldn't see their grandparents. Yeah, the worst.
It was definitely like so. We ended up doing like we had, I don't know what it's called, hospice.
Yeah.
At the house.
Mm-hmm.
So everyone came down. We made sure everyone got tested, and we had to wear masks. Like coming because she was in one room. Like coming in the room, you had to sanitize your hands and put on a mask. We only had a couple people in there at a time, and we were to come in and come out, and then.
Well, I'm sure she was very appreciative of you for being there for her.
More than certain.
Yeah.
It was really weird it was just like, it was such just terrible timing. COVID happening. I'm not playing volleyball. It happened the day after I graduated.
Wow.
So, she was there for me to graduate. We did play it because it was on the radio because we had the drive-through one.
Right.
So, she listened.
Oh, that's nice.
Weird. But, there was that, and she passed, and, then I had to get my wisdom teeth out. My mom had surgery.
Oh my god!
It was
your
so
family was getting their asses kicked. Yeah. You said you were chilling. You got your ass kicked during COVID.
But it wasn't like we were like, oh, we can't go anywhere. Like we really, me and my mom, like we were really like,
I got you.
We like to do stuff, so we were just doing stuff around the house. We painted the whole inside of our house. We redid our bathrooms, the kitchen, the rooms. So. Dang,
it sounds like 2020 kicked your ass though.
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah, so because 2020 and 2021 was pretty bad too, but 2020 especially was bad.
Yeah.
So fall of 2020, did you end up coming to Central? Did you end up flying here no problem, but just masks and everything?
Yeah, so with here they had a protocol where they had a list of states where if they were like hot states. If you were in one of those states, you had to come in 2 weeks early in quarantine in Beecher. So Arizona was one of them. And I had, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of my teammates also had to come in to quarantine. There was a couple other athletes I had to come in, but it was interesting for that being my first experience on campus.
Yeah, that sucks. So when that was going on, did you guys have a season?
Not in the fall, in the spring.
They did your season in the spring? So was it kind of like how the NBA players had they did the bubble in the fall, so that's a little different. But you guys had your season in the spring. Mm-hmm. So no spring training. You were actually playing in the spring.
So we took we practiced all of fall.
There it is. Okay.
And then when the time of spring came, I don't remember what month it was, but we played, I want to say we played 2 schools a week. And I at the stretch. I really don't know how many schools we played per week, but
Yeah.
I know each school we played, it was, you know how like you play, usually when you play a game, you play a home and away game against the same team. So we end up playing both games that same day at that. So if
Whoa.
like, so we went to Sacred Heart. We played 2 games against Sacred Heart. So we played.
Sacred Heart.
Who does?
Yeah.
So we played, and then we had like max. I want to say it was a max 2-hour break in between, and then you'd play again.
Right.
With mask, and 6 feet.
That had to be so annoying.
It was.
Oh my god.
And then I remember like the last little bit of the season, like we had like 2 more games left, I think. Teams got COVID. Season got finished. It was shut down.
Did you ever get COVID? Did you ever get sick from it before?
I got COVID in 21.
Was it post-vaccine, or like did you not get vaccinated before that?
I got vaccinated before. Yeah, I got vaccinated before that.
So regardless, did you get rocked by it or no?
No, I just felt I was. It was just more like I had a stuffy nose, a cough. It wasn't anything crazy.
Never had it, not at least documented, knock on wood. But the vaccine kicked my ass.
Really?
The second dose? That's what everyone said. Oh,
that's what everyone said. But when I got
my
I got my second dose, and because all I heard was, I mean, like my mom told me like she got a headache and it made her tired. So I was just like, I got my second dose. I got a drink because I got it in the middle of the day because I had work.
Yeah.
And then I was fine.
Really?
Yeah, I was fine.
Yeah, my dumb ass just decided to go outside. It was like, because I got it, I think, in the summer, around summertime. Second dose, I'm fine. Went, I think, a couple hours later, the next day. I think it was the next day when I felt it. And I was running around in like 90-something degree weather. And I felt like I was going to die. It was so bad. Yeah, no, I was an idiot for that. But, so that 2020... and that whole ordeal happens. So what was that like for you, whether it was the skill gap, having to adjust a D1 skill, or comp? I don't know if the whole masks and the whole COVID season, like it was kind of like put an asterisk next to it because it was kind of flawed in a way. But 2021, did you guys wear masks then too or no?
Yes. Oh, 2021?
Yeah, for that. So, because you played in the spring, and then I'm assuming you went right back into it in the fall as well, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, we did. We have to wear masks there. We had to wear masks, like, you know, if we're, I don't know.
Just around campus, right? But not in games?
Yeah, not in the game.
Yeah.
Stop wearing them in the game. Though, like, no, I didn't like wearing a mask during a game, but, like, it kind of helped you, like, condition.
I was about to ask that.
Like,
it definitely helps.
Like, taking the mask off and playing definitely made things a lot easier. But, you know,
it's
no
like
one
if you're training in like a super hot climate while wearing sweatpants and like a hoodie, and then when you take it off, everything's so much easier. I feel like that's kind of how it was for athletes with masks.
That's what it was for me, at least. I don't know.
Yeah, you gotta find the positives and the negatives.
Right.
Got to. So what was, like I said, aside from COVID and everything, what was it like for you adjusting to college ball or just college life in general?
I mean, it was really different just because I hadn't been playing at all because of COVID. I wasn't able to do privates. Like I was coming into Central, like.
When you say private, what do you mean by that? Like just in case people.
It was so those are one-on-one coaching sessions. So like it would be me and one other coach, and so the coach I was with, he would like set me balls.
And they give you that here, like at Central? Or?
I mean, no, not at Central. I don't know the rules about everything, like, you know, like during season. But I'm sure if you can find, like, if you have a coach here, you can do a private with them.
Okay.
Outside of season. I know that. You can do it like in the summer, you can do it.
Yeah, got you.
But, yeah.
So, were you pleased how you played the first? And I don't know, because obviously you were younger. Did you start off the rip? Did you have to earn your way through the lineup? Because I don't know.
So coming in, it was me and one other player that were in the same position. So that's what she had told me before, like when she had offered me, saying that, like, you know, there is a starting position. So that's like when playing, like coming into club that season, it was like, you know, I really did have to work hard because it was like I kind of want to prepare myself now so I don't have to, do too much when I get back to school.
You were an outside hitter as well in high school, right?
I did middle, actually.
Middle in high school?
I played middle in high school.
So you had to adjust to, right? Aren't you an OH, if I'm not mistaken? Or
I'm
what
a
do you
right
play?
side.
Right side? What's the difference between that and an outside hitter? I'm still learning the positions.
I'm on the right side. Outside hitter is also a left hitter.
Really?
Yeah, so I'm on the right side, they're on the left side.
Oh,
we're both trying to do the same things.
Gotcha.
We hit different kinds of balls, but I'm on the right side, she's on the left side.
So, if I'm not mistaken, you guys don't you also have your own personal setter to your side, right? Does that sound right? You can correct me if I'm wrong. Teach me.
It just depends on what kind of rotation you run.
Okay.
With volleyball, so there's a 6-2 rotation and a 5-1 rotation. The 6-2 is where you have a setter. Your setter only plays back row. So do you know like how rotations work?
Still learning.
Okay.
I love when you guys break it down. It's like chalk talk for football. I love this stuff. I might not understand it, but I love hearing about it. So break it down.
Okay.
I'm sure people that play or that know you they'll know.
Okay, so your setter in a 6-2, your setter is always going to be back row, right? So I'm front row, she's back row.
Yeah.
So our rotation starts. She starts here. We're gonna try and make this work.
Yeah. Let's try and visualize this. Yep.
I start over here.
Yeah.
Right. So each time we get the ball to serve, we rotate. Right?
Okay.
And then we rotate again.
Yeah.
That's right. So the next rotation, I'd come back row, she'd come front row.
Yeah.
Right. This is where we make the subs.
Gotcha.
So usually this is where I come out and.
Do you still do this to this day?
Yes.
Okay. So I'm gonna keep note of this.
This is where I come out and I'll switch with another setter. So she's back row, and then Tori will come out and she'll switch with or Tori, my teammate.
Yeah, shout out Tori. She just came on. Shout out Tori. Yeah.
Well, she'll switch with my teammate Mia.
Who's a hitter?
Yes.
Yes. There we go. See, yeah, that makes sense.
So then they'll go through the same rotation.
And the rotation happens after every point, or after how often?
Each time we get the ball to serve,
Gotcha.
That's when we rotate.
And how often does that happen when you get the ball to serve?
What do you mean?
Not like do you have to get a certain amount of points? Is it every other? How does that?
Just if we have the ball, we lose a point, then we're back into receive. And
yeah, that's right. Don't you have to? Yes, you have to get a point to serve, right?
Yeah. So whenever
there it is. Okay.
Whenever
Gotcha.
whenever we get the point back, then we rotate.
So you adjusted to having to play right side, is what you're pretty much telling me, right?
Yeah. So I only played right side my 17th year. My 18th year, I played a little bit right side, and then I played a little bit in the middle, but I wasn't playing a lot, so there was that whole thing. I really didn't play right side that much, but
I think your coach got that right by putting you there.
I think she did too. Because the thing with middle, I did like playing in the middle. I played well in the middle, but it was just like in the reality of things, like I'm coming to college, and the girls that are playing middle are already 6 foot and they can jump. I'm 5'6". Yes, I can jump, but I'm 5'6".
Oh my god!
So,
but you could jump to the moon. It's unreal.
It's just like
it's incredible.
It's just like the reality of things. Like please don't put me in the middle anymore.
Yeah, I hear you. So, if you were to rate how you played out of 10, so that was your first year, 2020, then 21. So, was this past season your third year?
Yes.
Really? Okay, so if you were to rate or compare your first 2 years to this past season, how would you compare them? Or if you were to rank how you played throughout those 3 seasons, what do you think your best was?
My best was 21.
Really?
Yeah, that was definitely my best season.
How do we get back to that form? What do you think? Why do you think that's the reason?
I just know I needed a little I need extra myself personally. I just need some extra hands-on help with what I was doing, just with correction wise and why I'm making certain errors, and yeah, I think we'll figure that out in this break.
Right. So do you think we're going into let me pause on that question. So tell me about this past season, what it was like for you personally, and what you think that the team is how the outlook is moving forward. personally, in your eyes?
I know me personally, this last season, I struggled a lot. I couldn't really like pinpoint necessarily what it was that I struggled in, or like that like was causing my struggle, but I know I was having a lot of trouble. Probably like right in like the middle of the season. I was kind of all over the place with my stuff, but I know going into this, like at least going into like our spring season, and I'm sure we're gonna have the same mentality coming into the next season, if not a little bit better one. But I know that we're working hard with like being together and being supportive of each other and helping each other.
Just boosting the chemistry.
Yeah.
I think chemistry is a huge thing.
I agree.
It's you can't it can't be. It's not something that can be quantified. Yeah. It's like you just know. I think Kobe Bryant, shout out an R.I.P. Kobe. He was someone that talked about. I don't know if you saw or heard about it or were even interested. That's on you. But there was a thing about I think it was the 2008 Olympic team, the U.S. Olympic team for basketball,
Mm-hmm.
and they pretty much talked about how, for like a brief period, the U.S. thought that they were so good that the other countries couldn't keep up with them when it came, and they would just get automatic gold. And then I think it was like 2004, like early 2000s, they got their asses kicked by like Spain, and Kobe pretty much came in and he was like, we're shutting this shit down. Like, we need to reclaim that we're the best. And he talked about how all these other countries, their chemistry was unreal, and how the NBA players during season, they play on different teams. There is no NBA in the other countries, so they're always just practicing for the Olympics. Uh-huh. And he talked about how their chemistry is, and how they had to like find the way to match that. So I'm really glad that you said that, because that is a huge aspect to any team in general.
I agree, and I think that's a key point as like how far you go with your team.
Are you someone that keeps your teammates in check in practice? Are you someone that barks, or are you someone that likes to get barked at? Like, well, how does that work?
I don't like to get barked at. I won't say that.
Yeah.
I don't.
Some
like
people
to
love
do
that shit. Some people love it.
I mean, I don't mind. It just.
You like a constructive criticism? I don't know. However you whatever you call it.
I don't know. Just for me, like it's just it's like the delivery and when. You know what I mean?
Got you.
Has to be a certain delivery, because I know like if like during a game, if I make a mistake or I mess up with something, half the time I already know what I did wrong. So like
so you don't need to remind. Sounds like my brother.
So it's just like it's like, please, like, I got it.
I know what I did.
But like obviously like with like from a coach's standpoint, like the coach is kind of pissed with me that I kind of need to know that. So that's like from a coach, like, no, I don't mind, but like also delivery.
Gotcha.
Know what I mean?
So do you think that it was because you guys were a young team that you couldn't finish? Like, why do you think you guys didn't finish the way you wanted to? Because let me tell you something. There's a picture out there. Some of your teammates have seen it. I know one of them has. There's a picture out there when you guys lost that game. It was the second to last home game. You guys finished with 2 home games left in the season. Mm-hmm. The second to last one, if you won, I think you had to win the last 2 to make the playoffs.
Oh.
Do you know what I'm talking about?
I think so.
I think you had to win the last 2 games to make the playoffs. And the first game, I forget who it was against, but after that, I just remember I left, and I sat in the hallway, and one of my friends took a picture of me, and it was me with my head like I was wearing a hoodie, and I was like this, like the picture's still out there, and it just says pain. I was so sad. I was so sad, but yeah, like that. I'm sure that sucked for you guys as well. So what do you think was the reason for that, aside from within the game? Because it's more than just what happens within the game. It's Absolutely. A ton of other factors.
Yeah, I just think it was a chemistry thing with us at the time. We were so
towards the end.
Yeah, I think. Yeah, it was just.
No, you don't gotta give the full spill, but I hear you.
Yeah, it was just chemistry, trying to figure out what worked on the court, and we were struggling towards the end of the season for sure.
Is there a least favorite team that you go against?
Sacred Heart.
Sacred Heart, no question.
Don't like Sacred Heart.
Yeah, so that's usually the consensus from whoever comes on here or whoever I've asked. I asked Tori this, and I've asked some of your other teammates. Why aren't you guys allowed to talk shit back? What's up with that?
See, my thing is, I've never tried it. I've never been around people that tried it.
Yeah.
My thing with volleyball, I just feel like with the people, like, like basketball, like, you play with an attitude, and that's that's your thing. Like, that's how you, like, that kind of like makes you like the player that you are. Like, you play with an attitude,
right,
and you're able to, be a little aggressive with things. But with volleyball, it's a team sport, for one.
Yep.
Two, I just, like, if I have an attitude on the court, right? To me, this is just how I'm playing. To others, it may be like, she has a bad attitude right now. To a coach, it may be like, why does she have an attitude on the court? It's not meshing together. If my attitude isn't doing what it needs to for the team, you know what I mean? It kind of throws things off. Okay. So for me, I just think of that volleyball's, not that other sports aren't respectful, but I just think that volleyball has just like a different type of respect for each other. Like, you have to put your ego to the side a little bit. Yeah. And it's like we're just here to play. At least, like, because we play around different people. We play with different people here. As in, like, like, I played in Arizona, Mia played in Chicago. So, like, just with the people that I played against, usually half the time, the point's over, we go to our team, we come back, we're here for the next point. It's like, you don't even have time in between to really. I mean, that's true. You do, but, like.
Okay, so picture this, right? Tori lays it up for you. You absolutely, and let's say it's against Sacred Heart, right? And let's say it's to win one of the sets. You absolutely smack it to Kingdom Come. Goes flying. You get the point. You win the set. And if they were talking shit, oh my God. I'd be like, yeah, what's up? Oh my. Like, it takes 2 seconds. Like, it's just a little bone, Like, why not? Because I think it was against them. I think it was against them when they came to us. It was them or somebody else. That's besides the point.
In volleyball?
Yeah. Yeah. They were talking shit. Yeah. And you guys couldn't do anything back. And now imagine, right? Imagine you're the home team. The road team is going to your house, talking shit to you, and they're beating you. I wouldn't take that disrespect. Like, I don't care, and I don't even care. Listen, this is me ranting here. Like, not you. No. She, coach, if you're watching, like, she's not saying this. Is my words. I don't even care if I got yelled at for a second. At least I put it out there that, like, I'm not gonna take your shit. Like, we here. You know what I'm saying? And another thing is that I've tried. I'm gonna try and bring more friends for the next season, as much support as possible. And I've asked all your teammates that have come on, what do you think is the best way to get more fan engagement? Because I truly believe that you guys are like the team to watch on campus.
You know what? You're not wrong.
I truly believe that. Like, I wouldn't bullshit you. I've had some of the football players on, a couple of them, Nas and Shiz. Shout out to them. Hopefully I get some of the basketball players on. I've been going to their games. They're pretty damn cool. But I think you guys are the team and you guys were this close to the playoffs. I think this is the I don't care if I sound like a homer. I think next season's gonna be special. That's just me. So how do we get more people to come to the games?
I'm like,
what do you think?
All right, here's the conversation.
Okay. Yeah, this is a conversation.
I don't know what it is, but I just, like, for me, I just feel like, Brazen Blue Devils is not like volleyball. When I tell you, really? They post, like, half the team DM'd them about posting our prime performers and posting, like how we did during
Like, you had to let them know to post it?
Yes, because it was like they were posting everybody else except for volleyball. They'd post the wrong times for our games.
Oh, no.
They'd post, the wrong days, and it was just like, we don't see these mistakes coming for other teams, so why is this just volleyball? Like, why is it just volleyball? That's how we feel. Yeah. And it definitely, like, if you look on the page, you don't see a lot of volleyball prime performers, and we have prime performers every week.
You do. So what do you maybe, I don't know, like be a little nicer to them? I don't know. I'm just.
I don't even know. I mean, we text them, nicely. We even met. I didn't meet with the girl, but I knew someone. One of my teammates met with the person that ran the page and was like, "Hey, like, can you start posting volleyball a little bit more?"
Yeah.
Because it was like all like cross country. Cross country is great. I don't know, like I feel like they don't get enough attention and respect.
I work with a couple of people that were on the team. Oh my god,
like
they've been killing it.
Yeah, they win all the time.
They've been killing it.
It's just like our cross country teams really like that.
Oh my god, they're nasty. I see them come into the rec. They're all lined up on like the elliptical, just putting in work. Crazy. But you know what I think? I've been telling some of the teammates this. I think the best way to, whether it's they show up to the game or not, at least it's in the back of their mind. I think you just gotta. You see the way you're talking to me right now, like, and obviously it's a little different. It's this kind of setting, and obviously I've had some of your teammates on, so it's like this trend. It's nice. It's a wonderful thing, and I'm very appreciative for it. But I think if you just talk to people the way you're talking to me, I'm not saying you don't, but I'm saying like don't when you walk into the room, don't. And I know some people think like this. I'm not saying all, but some people I'm sure do. They walk into the room and they're like, "Oh, she's the volleyball girl. She plays volleyball." I'm like, she probably don't care about me. She probably don't even care about this class. You know what I'm saying? Because I've had some of the classes with the football players. I'm not to say any names. They just get in and get out. They don't care. They don't really care that they're there. Like you could tell that their mind is focused on the sport. I think if you just talk to people like a person.
I really like.
Just befriend them. Just make connections.
I have a lot of friends that aren't athletes, and like they come to the games. And I'm like, okay, well, you guys got to bring some of your other friends that I don't know, bring them to the games. Like, I
and
really
then
do
hopefully
try.
the word just keeps spreading.
But like I see like I just feel like that goes for like a lot of sports aside from football. Just more support from like the community, like people coming out, because like I'd love to do like a white out or a blue out for a game,
dude.
And,
like,
see everyone in the stands, and like because like our games are exciting.
I want to see it. I want to see it get rocking. You know how crazy that would be, like where like the other team is genuinely like they feel the pressure. I know what it's like to have a good home court advantage or like a home field advantage. You know what it's like, and obviously you know what it's like. We get people, you get people, but it's not. Yeah, it's not what it should be.
No, not at all.
We got to figure that out. I keep asking, and we got to figure like that should be, aside from your play and like your craft. I think that's got to be like the number one thing. Fan engagement, like get people to the games.
And it's like like we want, cause basketball they do their thing. I just remember one. They were giving out socks. I don't know if you got their fuzzy socks.
No.
So comfy.
I want a socks.
First 100 people to come in, you get socks.
Damn.
Like, I like to do something like that. But
yeah, that sounds nice.
I just don't know who to talk to, where we get it from. But
that's a great thing,
T-shirt toss. You can toss like, I don't know if you ever see them. They have like little volleyballs. You can toss them in the crowd.
that I'm glad you said that. I will try and do some digging. I got some connections on campus. I'll see what I can do. I'll try, but y'all gotta try too. Y'all gotta match.
No, absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, we're gonna.
No, for real, because it seemed like a lot of the players, like your teammates' family members, were like the majority of. It's like where the students at? Because listen, I'm lazy as hell, Nyjha. Very, very lazy. I have no shame in saying that. If my ass can get up and go to a volleyball game. If you live, and I don't live on campus, you live on campus. What are you doing? What are you playing with what are you playing, Mario Kart? What are you doing? Get your ass to the game. No excuses.
Zero.
Get some oxygen, like get some fresh air. See something.
They did change the times this year for volleyball. We used to play at 7. I love the night game.
Night games are nice.
But we moved it to 5.
You guys be playing at like 5 or 6, I think.
Yeah, play at 4 and 5 now. Which
right.
I find is quite early. Me.
Yeah.
But
so how do you feel right now in this day and age, in this current form of you, mentally, physically? How do you feel?
I feel good.
Life good?
Life is going really great right now.
Good for you.
Gotta live for vibes.
Nice. I respect that.
The vibes aren't there. Just gotta Check it out.
Do you feel that on campus you've been treated a little differently because you're an athlete? Like, have you noticed when you try and, let's say, a professor just randomly pairs you with somebody else in class, they get nervous around you, or how like has that been the athlete to student connection?
A lot of my classes.
First of all, what's your major, if you don't mind me asking?
I'm a double major in cybersecurity and computer science.
You're computer science too.
Are
And
you
you're a double
computer
major.
science?
No. Tori, who came
yeah.
out. How's what? Computer science, and you are too. What is it that you want to be?
See, I haven't decided yet, just because
I respect that. Rush.
The field is so big and it's growing, and there's just so many things you can do with it. Like just having that degree or certain certificates, just puts you in a really good position.
So you must be really smart.
I like to say that.
So yeah, how have those classes been personally for you and the students that you've been in those classes with?
So, yeah, a lot of my classes, I would say they don't know that I play volleyball.
Oh, so you just blend in?
Kinda.
But you gotta make that known. Just pull up with your the overcoat,
I mean, sometimes
the backpack.
Sometimes I'll wear my stuff,
Yeah.
just hey, but
that's gotta change.
But like certain classes, I have a professor. His name is Blankenship. He does intro to computer science and like the second part of it, and he'll always talk about volleyball games and he'll call me on class and it's a volleyball player right there.
Yeah.
Hey.
Yeah.
Or like when we do icebreakers in class. I did it most of my classes this year. I'll say I play volleyball. Come to games. But then people always think, volleyball's in the spring. I go, no, it's in the fall.
Yeah.
But
I think, and if your teammates are watching, first of all, I appreciate you. Or just anybody in general. Please make sure you subscribe, do all that good stuff, by the way, if you made it this far. But I think, you guys should just start walking into a room and just command respect. Just command attention. Command something where someone looks at you like, oh my God, what does she do? She's a volleyball player? I got to pop out to a game. I got to see what they're about.
I know, it happened. I remember I was walking up the hill one time and they had sent out an email. They usually, do you get those emails?
For sports?
Uh-huh.
I don't think I do.
Really?
Here's the conversation. I don't know.
Like for volleyball?
I don't think I have, if I'm being real with you. I could be wrong. We can find out after.
Yeah, I don't know. Because, life is weird. Because
Life is
even
weird.
for basketball, I used to send out emails, and I haven't been getting emails as much this semester.
Are they slacking us? Are they slacking right now?
See, but there might be some things going on in athletics that, we don't know about. We'll talk to Tom.
Yeah, yeah, I think, definitely get a connection going, get a hookup going with whoever's running that account, or just any of the sports accounts. Get trailers going.
It's so.
I know I have a friend who does the highlights for Cal. Shout out Cal. He records the highlights for the basketball games, and you'll be seeing those like mini trailers post game.
Yes.
I told him
Those.
so he does those out of his own time now. Like he doesn't. I don't think he gets paid for it, but he I think he did football last year or last season, but I don't think anybody told him to do volleyball. And like I said, it was on his own time, so like that's on him. I mean, but like the fact that he's doing anything to begin with is incredible. But I told him, I said, dude, start going to the volleyball games. Like hook them up with some highlights. Like they're pretty cool.
Yeah,
and
we definitely
I think he might, if he's around next semester. I think he's someone.
We have some games, in the spring. So
I heard that's you guys. Don't you guys have a possible spring tournament coming up?
We won't. I don't think we're hosting any. We won't be hosting any tournaments this spring, but we do have a lot of scrimmages.
But you'll be playing, right?
Yeah.
Will those be in NEC front row?
No.
No.
Damn. No, I don't know. They're
That
not.
sucks.
Those aren't recorded. If anything, maybe a Facebook Live if we put it up. But
You spread the word if that happens.
Because it's not NEC. It won't be on NEC front row.
Right. Okay.
But yeah, come to those.
I think I think tailgates could be pretty cool too. Somehow that gets figured out. I
I
don't
know
know.
the parents
Just
did
anything.
one.
Did they?
Yeah, they did one day in like
That's cool.
the basketball
Yeah.
right by the rec.
Got you. No, that's awesome. I think we'll figure it out. I keep asking teammates, and I'm going to continue to ask them as hopefully more of them come on. We're going to figure that out. Because this is my last... The fall will be my last semester at Central because I'll be graduating.
In
but I might
the winter?
Yeah, but I might go for my master's. But plus, I live right next to the school. Like, you know what I'm saying? So I can still go to the games technically, like for like next year or whatever were to happen. But I want to live to see it happen. And I listen. I'm trying my best. I keep telling people. Shout out to one of your former teammates. She was on here, Nat. I worked with her, so like I was super into last season. That was such a fun watch. It was like as a fan. I believe, and plus y'all hooked me up with that ball right there.
Oh
yeah, that's
right there.
yeah. So yeah, last season was fun, and I hope that this next one is fun as well. So, well, we'll see what happens, but I told you I was gonna ask you 3 things. At the very beginning. I'm going to refresh your brain as to what those things are, but do you think you're ready to answer those questions? I'm going to refresh your brain. No, I'll refresh your memory.
Maybe.
So I'll say them. All right, let's start with this. Music album that you would have to recommend to the people. Or like an artist, like a person if they haven't heard, like, yo, you have to listen to this person. What do you think?
Ooh. Music is such a touchy subject.
Really?
No, not like
no.
Not really. Music wise,
like if you're bumping your playlist in a workout or just in your free time, what
kind of music?
what's coming on? What's coming on your
definitely
playlist?
like a more of a R&B vibe.
Really?
Calm, chill vibes.
Okay.
Gosh, I don't know her name, but her music is so great. I know it starts with a K.
Let's see. I'm very curious now.
Kiana Lede.
I don't think I know the name, but now I do.
Yep.
That's what you be listening to? Is there an album of hers that you really like?
I can show you the album right now. Her album is called Kiki.
Kiki?
Kiki.
Do you have a
K-I-K-I.
Do you have a favorite song off the album?
Only Fan.
Okay, I'll keep that in mind.
It's a great song.
Shout out to Kiana Lede. Kiana Lede.
I know.
Good recommendation. I love when I get recommended somebody that I haven't heard of before. That is the special ones. Like if you were to be like, listen to Gunna, but I do too.
so does the rest of us.
Let's go with a show and or a movie recommendation.
Okay.
Or both. Your call.
Do you like Squid Games? Did you like?
I did see Squid Games.
Did you like it?
I did like it.
There's a show called Alice in Borderland. It's like just like Squid Games, just like way more intense.
Really?
Yes.
Even more intense than Squid Games.
Yes, and like you wouldn't think it could get more intense, but
so did you watch Squid Game in sub or dub? Like, did you watch it with subtitles? Like, did you listen to it in the natural language of theirs, or did you listen to it with the English voiceovers?
With the voiceovers.
You did?
Yeah.
Okay. But it's the same with this other show? Because you said it's like, or is it?
Yeah, it's
Is it also a foreign film or show?
Yeah, it's like Squid Game, so but you can tell it's someone speaking over what they're saying.
Yeah.
Just so it kind of gives like a little bit of a corny vibe, but
totally random curveball. But because you've seen these shows, are you into anime at all or no?
I'm not opposed to anime.
Okay.
But certain shows I do like. Like there's this one. There's one on Netflix called Darwin's Game. That's a good one. And Assassination Classroom. It used to be on Hulu.
That's on my list for animes I gotta watch at some
Assassination
point.
Classroom, really, really good. That was the first one I really got into, and I was like, this is some good stuff.
Nyjha likes anime. Look at that. There's some really good ones out there. You gotta watch at some point.
I've been meaning to watch Attack on Titan. But
That's the one.
I hear you like that's one that you have to pay attention to.
Yes,
Like,
but you don't. I'm rewatching it right now.
are you?
The next season, are like, so this is how big Attack on Titan is. They split up the final season into 3 parts, and they split the final part into 2 parts.
Oh, wow.
Like they are trying to milk it as much as possible to where you want more. I cannot stress enough. So like I just got back on TikTok recently. Like just like what I'll do is I'll literally go on my phone, make a random one, and put my phone away. I'm not like glued to TikTok or anything, but so how I'm asking you these last final questions, what I'm gonna start doing, and I did this last week, is like once a week I'm gonna just go on TikTok or whatever and just say my 3 recommendations, because I always let the guests say theirs, but I never say mine. What I did for mine, Attack on Titan, was I don't care if you're an anime or not, one of the greatest shows ever, period. I truly mean that. You would love it.
Okay.
I just hyped it up so much. Like, I cannot stress enough how good it is.
But everyone does. So it's like, I know it's a good show.
When you went to J Tim's for the first time, did somebody tell you to go to J Tim's, or did you just discover it on your own?
Somebody wanted to go to J Tim's. I said, okay, I'll go.
So did they say, oh, they have incredible wings? Did they gas up the wings?
They did tell me about it's one of the best wings in the country.
Yes, so they gassed it up.
I was like, okay.
And did it match what you expected when you had the wings? Were you like, these are pretty good?
I don't know, 1 out of 10. I can probably give like a 8.
Okay.
So like I said, I do like wings.
Mm-hmm.
And I thought that place was a little overpriced for me. It's expensive. But
especially now. No, before COVID.
Oh, really?
It's because of the COVID jacked the prices up.
Oh. It was good though, because we even got like the appetizers. We got a bunch of appetizers.
Oh my God.
We were there.
The clam
it was
chowder
kind of
is
like
phenomenal.
Like food critic vibes. Like we were just trying everything. But there's this place, the Sports Bar and Grill. Do you know where that is?
Yeah, it's right by Central, right?
Yeah, right next to Dunkin'.
Yeah. One of my former high school football teammates, his family owns the place.
Yeah. They have amazing wings.
Really?
Yeah, and they're for a pretty good price.
Yeah.
And they're like, big.
It's all
wings.
about the price.
Yep.
But the point is that it matched what your expectation. You're like, you know what? Yeah, you're right. These are pretty good.
No, I've recommended it to other people too. I'm like, if you guys want to, like, especially for like, people that want to do some fun or like a little first date vibe, like, try there if you guys really like wings. Like, they're good wings. That's
what Attack on Titan does.
Oh.
It's like, I told you about it, and then when you experience it and you watch it, you're like, okay, they were right.
This is it.
Yes. I'm glad you just threw that out there. But okay, so what was it was Alice in Cloverland? Or
Alice in Borderland.
Borderland, thank you. I'm going to remember that. I'm going to put that on my list. Thank you for saying that.
No problem.
Finally, whether it's to your future self, whether it's to your family, if they're watching, hopefully they are, teammates, friends, whoever it is out there, you're just throwing this out in the universe. Words of advice and or wisdom from Miss Nyjha.
My words of advice were just to, just be yourself, and, it's okay to, stick out and be different, but definitely be yourself and, take ownership of that, because a lot of people will respect you more for just being yourself than having to, put on a little facade and, trying to fit in or whatnot. Just be yourself.
Nyjha, you're a natural at this.
Oh.
You did a great job.
Thanks.
Like for somebody who, and you said that you don't really do these kind of things. Like you said, one news interview, but like.
Yeah, it was a really long time ago.
You're a natural. Like I could see you. Hey, I don't know if you can mix talking into a mic with your future career or something, but I'm just saying you did a very, very great job.
Thank you.
This was incredible. Hopefully we could do this again down the line.
Yeah,
possibly.
I wouldn't mind.
This was incredible. I really appreciate you and your time. This went on for a pretty good amount of time. But with that said, everybody's a story and it's still being written. I encourage everyone to keep pushing and keep going in life. I love you all. And everything will work itself out. But with that said, ciao for now. Peace.